Hello everyone. Now let's sew this bucket bag. So first of all, let's take out these two front pieces. Let's sew this circle now. Before sewing, we have to measure the line first. Measure the circumference of this piece of skein wool times the line. That's double. And sew on wool X line. Okay, now that we're done, we cut the string. After cutting, you just thread the needle through the needle. The thread goes through this pinhole. Then a short section. Prop the tip of the needle out a short section. Wear it like this. Then wear this long thread and pull it down. The other end is also worn like this. In this way, the needle will not fall off when sewing when you put it on. This needle. After the needle is threaded, let's sew now. And then we flip this front panel over. Put this small piece in your hand. Start sewing like this. Then we put the first needle in the first pinhole. It's coming through underneath. Don't wear this small piece when the first needle is pierced. Then the second needle is in the second pinhole. In the first pinhole of the first piece. Wear it like this. Then thread the two needles the same length. Then we put the first needle above. In the second pinhole. Wear it down like this from above. Okay, we're done with the first shot. Then stretch this thread tighter. Then we place the needle below. Like this, it goes from the bottom up. Then the first needle above. So it goes from the top down. Be sure to stretch this thread tightly when sewing. The two needles are crossed back and forth. Okay, just sew the back according to this method. This I sew until the end of this. I record that for you again, because this sewing takes a long time. Well, I record it again at the end. Hey Oxian, we're sewn to the end. And then we sew to the head now. And then we go back to our 3 stitches. Be sure to wear this thread tightly when sewing. Okay, that's it. Place both needles on one side. Then when you cut the thread, we want to keep 3.5毫米. After 3.5毫米 cutting like this, let's smoke it with that lighter. Okay, that's it. Okay, so after we sew, let's sew this one now. Take out 2 small skins. This is before and after. Let's put this on the front to sew first. Let's sew this line segment on 3 sides. Don't sew the top side. Don't sew the top side. Only sew these 3 sides. We're going to measure the circumference of this piece of skin. 2 or 3 pairs of lines. Yeah, the needle threading method is the same. So put the needle through first. Very long. After that, we will sew now. Yes, we are the first needle from the beginning. The pinhole goes through like this. It's also after stretching it out. Stretch the 2 threads the same length. Then we also put the first needle in the second pinhole. It goes from the top down. Okay, we're done with the first shot. Then stretch the thread as long as it is. Stretch that a little tighter. Then we place the needle below. It goes up like this from the bottom. Then place the first needle above. Wear it like this from above down. Keep doing this. The 2 needles are crossed back and forth. These 2 needles. The same. We're going to sew to the end. After sewing to the head, it is also sewn to stitches back. Okay, so after we sew, we cut the thread the same way. Okay, and then this is done. Then we take out this first. This is the front piece sewn, and then we take out this back seam. The small piece at the back is also sewn in this position. Also keep up with this. The sewing method on the front is the same. Don't sew on it. Well, we only sew these 3 sides. It is also 2 of this circumference. HMM line. Also stretch out the 2 threads. Stretch the thread the same length. Then there is the needle above, and you go down. You go up the needle below. So the 2 needles cross back and forth. Just stretch the thread tightly when sewing. Okay, the same is sewn to the end. Then we sew this back to stitches. This is how I sew back 3 or 3 stitches. Then cut the thread the same. Okay, this is sewn. Okay, now we have the front and back pieces sewn. And then we put that aside. Then take out 2. Take it out. Find these two pieces, and these two with rivets. And we're going to do a little stitching here. So this thread first. We're going to take a line twice the circumference of this piece of skin. Okay, take it out. And then we also start from the first pinhole. It's coming in like this from underneath. Okay, also sewn to the head. Then we sew 2 stitches back. Okay, then cut that thread. After cutting, we use this lighter. Then also burn this line. Okay, that's it. After sewing, and we're going to sew this line here. Stitch thread, then we first put this small letter with rivets. Go through the middle of this ring. And then align this pinhole. Put it on this piece. So this circle. Before sewing this circle, we're going to measure the circumference of this piece of skin's X line first. Okay, so let's start the stitches now. Well, the sewing method is the same. And then the needle goes down. You go up the needle below. Just align the pinholes. Don't misplace. If the pinhole is misplaced, it can't be sewn. Then it is also sewn to the head. Then we sew it back. Just 2 or 3 stitches will do. Okay, those two are done. Okay, now we're done sewing these two. And when we're done, we find these two. One long and one short. Then we measure the line. Measure this line times the length. Let's sew first. 4x line. This is 2 rows of pinholes. We're going to sew a row of pinholes, and we take it out. The sew hardware with the circle. And we're going to put this long one on top. You go from up there, you go through the circle. Then this one needs to be nested. Then we turn the skein over and put it in the middle. Start sewing. Stitches up. Sew a thread. Let's go first and then we put the first pinhole. First pinhole. From the first needle. From the first pinhole below. And you do it from the top down. Align with the first pinhole above. Don't wear it. Don't wear the leather in the middle. The skein in the middle is the second needle. It's the second needle. The first pinhole in the middle of this skein. It came through like this. Look at it like this. Take a look. Okay, after alignment, then we prop the needle over. Hold the thread the same length. The sewing method is the same. It's the needle above, and you go down. Stretch the thread tighter. You just go through the needle below like this. Okay, the pinholes align. Don't misplace this pinhole. Because we are sewing this needle, the two pinholes are diagonal. You put it flat so it's easier to put some. Okay, the sewing method for the following line segment is the same. Just sew it to the end. Sew to the head. I'm going to record the middle part for you. Well, that's a long time. I'm not going to record it for you. I'll record it for you when it's over at the end. Okay, now we're almost sewing to the end. After sewing to the head, again, we're going to put this semicircle through. Hold it like this. Be sure to put a first pinhole above. Align with the first pinhole below. After alignment, look at these two rings placed like this. Opposite surface. Don't misplace it, it's all face to face. This is how it is placed on the opposite side. Good pinhole alignment. And then we're going to sew these pinholes down here. Remember, the first pinhole above and the first pinhole below must be aligned. The alignment is the same as what we sewed at the beginning. Second pinhole. It aligns with the first pinhole in the middle. Okay, so sew it to the end the same way. It's also 2 stitches back like this. Then try the same letter. Okay, that's done. This row and then the rest of the row. Same sewing. Sewing. The measurement line is also 4 times the same amount. Because of this, when we sewed the first thread, the pinhole has been aligned. So you don't have to make pinholes the second time you sew. Then this will not be recorded for you, because the recording time is relatively long. So I stopped recording. It is the same as the first sewing method. Okay, now it's done. This is sewn. Finish the sewing and then we bring in the front and back. We're going to sew this segment. So this line segment, we're going to take the perimeter 6 of the intervertebral skin. Then we take the front film first. When we sew, be sure to put this small skin under it. This front piece goes up. This blockbuster goes up. Then we align the first pinhole. Then pass the 2 needles through the same. It is also the needle below that goes up. The needle above goes down like this. Heoxian is also sewn to the end. And then that too. We're going back to stitches. Okay, this side is done. And then we sew the other side. Just take out the skin on the back of this. This big skin is also put on it. The small skin is placed below, so this line segment. The sewing method is the same. It's also 2 or 4 wires. I'm not going to record that. Okay, here's the other side. Align the bottom when sewing. Then we sew. Take this piece and sew the other side. This piece must be put together. Don't twist it like that, it will be wrong if you twist it. So let's come and sew. Also sew this line segment. Also align from below. Remember this, just don't put it wrong when you bring it. Right, same thing. Just sew it to the end in the same way. Sew to the head and then sew 2 stitches back. Ah, this can be done. Then I'll do this for a while. Well, I'm not going to record this segment for you. The sewing is the same. Just finish at the end. Okay, now it's sewn on all 3 sides. Then we sew the last side. Fold like this. In this way, the sewing is also a large piece on top. Small piece. It's sewn on the bottom, it's aligned. Align from below. Then sew it on top and finish it. This sewing is the same as the previous method. So I'm not going to record the next one. Because it takes a long time. So I stopped recording. Okay, and then this is sewn. This is the effect when sewn well. Then we sew. That's aside for now. Put it aside and we'll take the zipper. And then there are these 2 long strips of this leather. Then we first take one side of this long strip of leather. Put on this double-sided tape. When we put double-sided tape on, stay away from this pinhole. Don't stick this pinhole on it. Then remove this double-sided tape. Put this letter in the middle of the middle zipper. That's it. Just put it in the middle. Okay, and then we sew this line. So this line segment, we're going to take the perimeter x of this piece of skin. After sticking it, start sewing. We will place the first needle, insert it next to the wrap knit short leather. Then place the second needle in the first pinhole. It's coming through underneath. Take a look at this. Then wrap the two threads the same length. The first needle up here is in the second pinhole like this. It goes from the top down. Then the second pinhole. Second needle. Well, the needle below is going to go through the bottom. Then the needle above goes down. In fact, the sewing method is the same, just start with the beginning. Okay, it's also sewn to the end. Then we sew back here. Okay, this side is finished, and then the other side too. Take this off the double-sided tape. We are the same when we post. Okay, when pasting, it must be aligned with the letter sticker on the opposite side. These two sides must be aligned. Okay, the same method after pasting. So from this end to this end. Just sew it. I'm not going to record that, because the sewing method is the same as the opposite one. Okay, we're sew now. After sewing, we're going to put this zipper on it now. So this line segment, we're going to start with a 6-fold line round the circumference of this piece of skin. Okay, now let's start sewing. We're going to put the first needle in. Well, it ended when we sewed this thread. Then we're going to sew through the first pinhole like this. And then we're going to connect this thread. Okay, then hold this thread just as long and sew. The method is the same, then we thread the top needle down like this. The line is tightened. Then the needle below goes through like this. Again, the first needle goes down. Okay, now we're sewing round corners. This corner position, we want that stop. We need to put this zipper on. If it's not easy to put, then we align this zipper. Toss like this. Fold it and fix it with this pinhole. This is positioning. And there are 5 holes up here and in the middle. Then we go through the hole in the middle. Wear it and align this first. After alignment, we pinched. And then we started sewing on the back. And we're pinching it, and we're going to sew this way. Thread the thread tightly when sewing. Wear it tightly to this thread and it looks good to sew out. Okay, just fix it. Just fix this and sew. We sew to this side and face this side. And then this is right. Then we sew 2 stitches back. The same. At the same time, sew 2 stitches back like this. Okay, then cut the thread. Okay, here. Just look at one side and you're done. Then the other side. Okay, let's start sewing the other side. The other side too. We're going to needle this head from the top of the head. And at the end of it, we're going to take the first shot. So this line is connected. Okay, we sew here. Also stop. Then we will pull the above cloth. The other end is sewn like this. When we sew, put it directly. Don't do that when we sew, because you align the front and back. Just align this piece. Just press and sew. It's already aligned. It doesn't have to be that way. Right, same way. The same way to put this. Just sew the back line segment. Sew to the head and then a yes to the head. Sew 2 stitches back. And that's it. This recording takes a long time. I'm not going to record it for you. It's the same as the other side. Okay, now we're done sewing on both sides. Okay, so after we sew, let's take the bottom of this bottom bag now. We sew this circle. So this circle, so we're going to start by measuring the line. Measure the circumference of the needle and thread letter 2 times the thread. Okay, let's start sewing now. It usually has a big hole in the middle. If you can't find it easily, the big hole is the positioning. If that's hard to find, we are like this. Align the ends of this blockbuster and fold it. The big hole comes out. The hole in the middle comes out. Then we place the first needle. Wear it like this. When we sew now, be sure to put this blockbuster below. Put this bottom on top. And we did the same thing. Fold this too. Fold this median and it will come out. The first hole comes out. We also insert the first needle like this. Okay. After positioning that needle, Then we put a second needle in this adjacent hole. Wear it like this. Okay, after you're dressed, then we must also pull the thread the same length. Then we place the first needle. The first needle above is in the second pinhole. Like this, it goes through from above. Optimistic. Be sure to tighten this thread after sewing the first stitch. You see, if it's not tightened, the line is loose. Expose the line. We must also stretch it tightly. Okay, I'll just sew these stitches for you now. That's the lower line. The remaining line segment. The sewing method is the same. You sew by this bottom amplitude. That's it. So I'll wait until the end. Let me record it for you. Because this recording time is longer. So I'm not going to record it for you. This thread is looser. We're going to put this line. Okay, now it's the same as the head. The same is also sewn 2 stitches back. Then cut the thread. Okay, this bag is done. Okay, that's it.